there, I guess what I'd like to do is then move into hearing from some of those students. So we have 4 folks with us today who I introduced you to previously, and I sent them a few questions in advance, and I'm just going to ask each of them to maybe talk to us for a few moments about their experience in the program. And so they'll be talking to you a little bit about why they decided to seek an MPA degree at UWO, what they gained from earning a degree here and earning an MPA, and then share some advice for each of you for prospective students for the MPA program. And I'd just like to also ask, in addition to answering these questions, each of our panelists, if you wouldn't mind just telling us your name and your current position before you launch into this, because I know some of those titles and things may have changed. So to get started, I think we'll just go in order by last name. And so Mena, would you mind getting started and kicking off this session?
Sure. Hi, I'm Mena Garrido. I am an alumni, international alumni from the MPA program. I'm actually joining you guys all the way from Ethiopia, Africa right now. um, I am here working on trying to start up my own nonprofit here in Ethiopia, which has always been part of like my vision for what I wanted to do with my career. Um, yeah, so that's me. Why did I decide to seek an MPA degree at UWO? At the time, I was living in Wisconsin and working at in Appleton, giving therapy to children with autism. And I've always wanted to open my own nonprofit, so I was looking for a program that could help me advance in my career towards opening my own nonprofit. And so I came across UWO, and then I came across the MPA program, and then I saw that there was an option for the nonprofit management and leadership emphasis. So I went ahead and applied, and I got accepted. The international office, the graduate office, and the MPA office all helped me with the process, and it was a smooth transition, and I started the program. So, okay. Should I keep going?
Yeah, Mena, if you don't mind, you can go for
Okay.
it.
I wasn't sure if we're all doing the first question first. Okay. What did I gain from earning an MPA? Oh gosh, there's so many things. First off, the fact that I was one of the youngest students in my classroom really helped me gain some experience from other MPA students that were in mid-career. So there were people, classmates that were from local government background, nonprofit, have started their own nonprofit. There were so many different individuals within the classroom that I could collaborate with and work on different projects, and I felt like I learned a lot from that. Um, and then I also got a chance to get a lot of hands-on experience with research. I was involved in the annual Oshkosh Citizen Survey project with Dr. Larson, which was an amazing experience because I've never gotten to do that, which later on helped me a lot with doing more research when I started working after graduation. Um, I got experience with software such as SPSS with Dr. Ford's class. I remember it being difficult for me at the start, but I got so much help, and um, I felt so confident by the end of the class that now I'm able to put it on my resume like, hey, I know how to use SPSS, which was something I never knew how to do before. Um, and also, I got an opportunity to be able to apply for a variety of different positions. In the past, because I only had a bachelor's degree in psychology, the types of jobs I applied for were only psychology related. But once I had my MPA, there were so many opportunities. I was applying for jobs in HR because I took Dr. Filipova's class in human resources and got an understanding of the basics of human resources. Or I would apply for like policy analysis positions and local government positions. And I ended up working for the city of Wauwatosa right after graduation to get a feel for what local government looked like. And then after that, I had the honor of being able to get hired by United Migrant Opportunity Services, which is a nonprofit in Oshkosh that provides services to migrant families. It's a federally funded program, so that was a really huge opportunity for me. And then I decided to move to Ethiopia to try and pursue what I've always wanted to do, which is open my own nonprofit. And I'm here working on that, but also applying for other international organizations that work with refugees. And um, actually, fun fact, I just recently got shortlisted for a job with the Danish Refugee Council, and I was answering an assessment question. And one of the things I learned in my MPA program, which was logic models and logical framework matrix, came up. And I was like, wow, I can't believe I could answer this question. I didn't have to, you know, go about researching how to write it because it's something I already knew from the program. So those are some things I got from earning my MPA. And then what advice would I give for prospective students? Um, you know that two-page essay Dr. Larson talked about earlier? I say if you're going to write your essay, make it personal. Make those four pillars apply to why you want to take the program. For instance, I applied it to, I didn't know anything about the four pillars, but I applied the four pillars to the Ethiopian system and how those pillars work in Ethiopia and where I could see some improvements and how I want to be a part of that. And I think that really made my application stand out, maybe. I mean, I got accepted, so I'm assuming it did. So make it personal and do that. And then also try to take every opportunity you can while you're taking your courses to be involved in volunteer services that could help you apply what you're learning. For instance, I used to volunteer for Fit Oshkosh in Oshkosh, so I was helping write a grant through Fit Oshkosh. So I was able to apply one grant class to that opportunity. Or I was working on a policies for the chancellor's office, or also another grants opportunity through another office on campus, which is the Office of Sponsored Programs. So yeah, be involved, try to apply what you learned while you're still in the program, because you could continue to ask more questions and learn more. And if it'll feel like a breeze going through the program, if you're able to slide it um, daily for in your, so that's my advice.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing, Mena. And you're bringing back memories. I can remember you in our introduction to public administration class back in fall of 2017, I think. And I remember you saying that your dream is to start a nonprofit back in Ethiopia. So it's so cool to know that you're back there and that's coming alive for you. So congrats.
Thank you, thank you. It's been an amazing experience just being part of the program and knowing that, I was one of the few international students that was in that class. Um, just being able to communicate with other students that were already in their fields was probably one of the best parts of being part of the MPA program. So thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you. Next, Jennifer, would you mind stepping in and sharing your story?
Sure. Thank you for the invitation to be here and to share my time as part of the MPA program. I absolutely love the program and I really miss it. And it's so good to hear everybody's voices again. um, I guess there's a number of reasons why I decided to get my degree here. First, I was working with tribal government for a number of years, and then at the time I applied for this program, I moved to an educational institution, and felt that it was time to build myself so that I could be better with the work that I was doing in the community. Uh, Reviewed a couple of different programs and the courses that were offered at UW Oshkosh aligned with the work that I was doing and were areas that I definitely wanted to learn more about. Um, Learning more about faculty and what their experiences were and that they were practitioners and involved in research was also a deciding factor. And then I think also the responsiveness of faculty as well. So I remember sending that first email inquiring about the program, and I heard from Dr. Filipova that day. She made space and time to meet with me, and I felt like that I was cared for and that I was going to be successful in this program. And also, you know, being a UW school was important to me too, and having that accreditation. So the other factor that helped me decide was the in-class option. I know myself, and I know that being accountable to an online program wasn't going to meet where I was at with the accountability. So I really valued that option of the in-class on Saturdays. It helped me to build relationships with my classmates. Was able to build relationships with the professors, fit my schedule, allowed me to continue working full time. And those were some of the reasons why I chose this program. Some of the things I gained from this program were having resources and the tools to improve the work that I was doing at the Division of Extension, UW-Madison. This program helped me in so many ways. It helped me to understand research, how to read research articles, helped me to understand systems and organizations and why they do the things that they do. Helped me with facilitating and engaging community partners using informed approaches and practices. I think that overall this program helped me build my skills and it provided me with a foundation for continued learning. So even though my time with the MPA program has ended, the learning continues. I have a path and I have this incredible foundation to build from. Some advice that I would give to prospective MPA students is to be fully engaged. Read everything that you are given. Read all of your course material. Read all of those research materials. I didn't know this at the time, but I'm a note taker, so I took notes on everything that I read. Kept all of my materials really organized. Kept all of my research articles and all my little chicken scratches and notes that I had there. And this has helped me now. So now I have all of these resource guides that I can refer to that help me with my work that I'm currently engaged with. So that would be some advice I have is to just be fully engaged. Participate as much as you can in the classrooms. Read everything before you go to class. The experience is just that much better when you approach your classes that way.
Jennifer, thank you. It's great to hear your voice too. So thanks for coming back and sharing with us.
Thank you. Happy to share.
Yes, thank you. Miko, do you want to go next?
Yes, can you hear me okay?
Yes, loud and clear.
All right, perfect. Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Miko, and I am the city administrator for City of Cedarburg. We're about a half an hour from Milwaukee, small community of 11,000 some people. And the reason I chose the MPA program, probably about 4 years ago, our administrator then said that she was looking to retire in the next 5 years. So we were starting to do some succession planning, and I got really interested. I've been working in local government. I started as a recreation supervisor and then worked my way up to Parks and Rec and Forestry Director, and then had interest in becoming an administrator. So I started taking the courses and started working with our administrator back then on doing some projects for the city. So that's one thing I do encourage, if you are a student in these classes, utilize some of the classes that you're taking and do them as your projects for your work, because that does help out in the long run. Part of the strategic planning class that I took, I was able to develop a new strategic plan for the city, so that helped greatly. But back to why I chose the program is succession planning and to get advancement in my career, and specifically UW Oshkosh. Mainly, I talked to a lot of administrators in the area, talked to different people, and they had a lot of great things to say about the program. So that's one of the reasons I decided to go to Oshkosh, and they were right. It was a great program. I truly enjoyed all the professors there, and a great program to be in. I gained a lot from getting this degree. I graduated in December of 2019 and was promoted to interim administrator in January of 2020. And next week I'll be ready to sign my contract as being the administrator for the city and taking that interim out of that. So I'm looking forward to that. But other than that, I also gained knowledge in various aspects of city management. One of the things we're going through here in the city, we have a lot of retirements going on, so organizational change. So I had a great class with Dr. Filipova on this, and I've been able to utilize quite a lot of that information I learned from that class to really look at the entire city structure and make some major changes within our city that have made our services much more efficient and will continue to save us money as well. And budgeting class with Dr. Ford, that was, right now I'm going through my first budget presentation that goes to the council in a couple weeks. So that class helped me out there. So all the classes that you take at UW Oshkosh, it really helps out in the field, and it has helped me tremendously to do some of the things I'm able to do here within the city. And then some advice, again, for prospective students, I encourage you, if you haven't applied, please go and apply. One of the biggest things here is networking. Network with the people that are in your industry, the seasoned professionals, the new, your colleagues. Network with your UW alumni. Whoever you can. I think networking is big in this industry or any industry, so continue doing that. Build relationships throughout the program. So to see Jennifer and Mena doing the great things they're doing, that's really awesome to say that, hey, I've had classes with them, and if I do have questions, I know where to go to and have that communication. So again, real brief, great program and great professors. I definitely encourage you to apply for the program. Thanks.
Thank you, Miko. Great to hear from you as well. So Alex, I guess you're the only one left here, and if you want to take some time to share with us your experience.
Sure, absolutely. Hi, everybody. My name's Alex Tremblay. My pronouns are he, him, and his. I'm in the final semester of candidacy in the MPA program here at UWO. I'm in the capstone class with Dr. Ford, and Dr. Nollenberger is doing our public budgeting class, which I anticipate is going to be the most challenging class for me because we have a budgeting department here, and I don't balance my checkbook. Okay, so I got my undergraduate degree at the University of Wisconsin Stout in quality assurance and quality management systems like Lean Six Sigma and those types of programs, how to lean out processes. I briefly worked at Jack Links as part of my capstone experience in Minong, Wisconsin. But otherwise, I've been a paramedic since I was 19 years old. And now I'm a battalion chief, which is the equivalent of somewhere between a supervisor and a manager for Minnesota's largest ambulance service. We cover 11,000 square miles and respond to about 100,000 calls a year. And that's why I decided to come to Oshkosh, is that a lot of people here, almost everybody I work with here has an MBA, and MBAs are terrific. They're a great degree, but the public administration program spoke to my want to help people and not help businesses, and that's what we do in public safety, right? And in public governance, is that we help people, we don't help businesses. Our job is to make sure that our citizens are well taken care of, and that the world maybe is just a little bit of a better place than where it was when we started. The University of Wisconsin system is terrific. I really enjoy the whole system, and I knew I wanted to stay in the University of Wisconsin system after I got my bachelor's at Stout. The biggest thing I think I'm gaining from earning an MPA is that this different worldview of public administration instead of like business management or practice management or even healthcare administration. I officially am a fire and emergency services specialization, but I also decided to take some classes in city management because that seems super interesting and might be something I'd like to do. And you just get this different worldview. You can go to Columbia Southern and get a master's degree in fire science administration, or you can go and do like a master of healthcare administration in a number of different places. But none of them teach you to be a rounded individual and a member of a global community like the MPA program does here. Most of the faculty, most of the students are well experienced and well versed. I'm actually kind of on the low end. I only have 10 years in leadership. And all of the faculty are terrific. They're all just incredible people. And all of them will push you to do the best that you can, but they'll also work with you. I have two main pieces of advice for the prospective students. One, if you're going to go the online route, the classes rotate in 3-week schedules. By and large, some classes meet every other week, but almost all of the classes I've taken have gone in 3-week rotating schedules. You get a week to focus on the material and 2 weeks to think about it before your assignments due when class comes around again. And I didn't know how much I needed that time and how much I needed that structure, because the structure is unlike any other program I've ever been in. And the professors will work with you on anything. I got married and put my dad in hospice during my time here in the MPA program, and both of those things barely made a dent in my ability to succeed. And the other thing is if you're going into the program, don't decide that you want to do healthcare administration right that second. You declare, but know that you can take other classes and say, hey, listen, like I came in here for healthcare administration, but equitable community sounds really interesting, and I think I'm going to take that, and they'll work with you to take those programs. Also, be really proud of B pluses in some of the classes that we take here. I won't name any professors specifically or any single classes specifically, but there are a few that are going to be tough on you, and you should be really, really proud of a B plus from those classes. The other piece of advice is, if you get the opportunity, if you're not terribly far away, or if you're planning on coming up, you should really visit the campus because it's beautiful. We went out for a student research presentation a while ago. We're going to come back for commencement, and walking on campus, you actually feel like a member of the campus, even though you're a distant student, and I liked that a lot. So that's what I have.
Awesome. Thanks, Alex. All 4 of our panelists, you just shared so many things that you packed so much in, and that's just great to hear from all of you. So thank you for all of those tips. We have a few moments here. I want to be respectful of everyone's time, but we have about 4 minutes left for any questions from participants. So feel free. Any questions you have for us, either you can use the raise your hand function down at the bottom. I've circled it there for you if you want to speak out loud. Otherwise, you can use the chat function over on the side as well. Any questions? Okay, if you do, feel free to jump in. Go ahead, Mike.
I have a question. if I have a question in the future, who do I reach out to?
That's a great question. So if you have a question, here's a few ways that you can engage with us. So if you want to chat with someone, I do have Dr. Filipova's email address here for you. So she fields a lot of questions, and Jennifer mentioned earlier, she is on the spot and incredibly responsive to all of our students. We hear that from students a lot. So if you want to chat with someone, Dr. Filipova is our go-to resource. If you want to apply, and if you're interested in applying, I have the link here to the website where you can apply. Or if you just want to learn more about the program, I have our MPA website listed here for folks as well. So that's a great segue, Dr. Ford. Any other questions, or Dr. Filipova or Diane, anything else you'd like to add that you think we missed?
Hello, everyone. I would like to thank you, Dr. Larson and Dr. Ford, for this excellent presentation, and also to thank all our alumni for wanting to present their views about the program. We are very proud with all our alumni and their successes, and we look very much forward to having all of you in our program in the future. So if you have any questions, never hesitate to contact any of the faculty in the program. We are 24 hours available anytime you need to ask some questions about the program, the emphasis, career options, and other things that we were not able to cover in these presentations. I would be happy to address your question, as will my colleagues. But thank you so much for everyone attending this webinar, and thank you to the presenters of this webinar.
Thank you, Dr. Filipova. Well said. It is noon, so I think we'll close for today. And just so everyone knows, we did record this session, and we'll be sending you all of the slides too later, hopefully today. So in case you missed something, it'll be available for you as well down the road, and you can reference the PowerPoint if needed. So thank you again, everybody, for attending, and we hope to see you in class. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.